Banshee Season 3, Episode 1 through 4 Synopsis, with minor spoilers. I'm very excited for the new season to finally begin on January 9th at 10 p.m. I found the titles of the first 4 episodes along with their brief plot descriptions, and I'm going to read what the episodes are about. I also came across a recent interview with the main director of the show, Greg Yaitanes. He teases about where the old characters start off in the new season, along with some new characters that show up, and what to expect from the third season. The first episode is called The Fire Trials, and the plot says Lucas, Brock, and Shaban exact payback on a skinhead responsible for Emmett's death. Now waitressing at a local diner, Carrie faces new challenges in the wake of her revelation to Gordon and Dava about her past. After Alex Longshadow's death, a new menacing threat looms on the horizon for Lucas, not to mention Proctor and Rebecca. Shane Littlestone, hell-bent on whipping the Kanaho tribe into a frenzy of violence against the enemies. Investigating the murder of 4 Marines, Lucas eyes the possibility of a huge if dangerous heist and attempts to re-enlist Job to help him and Sugar pull it off. The second episode is called Snakes and Whatnot. As Lucas and Carrie case the tunnels under Camp Genoa, Proctor and Rebecca find themselves in a territorial face-off with 2 rival drug dealers and later are threatened by a pair of chained thugs. Lucas and new deputy Billy Raven pay a visit to a decidedly unfriendly Kanaho bar. Carrie tries to end a relationship with Colonel Douglas Stowe, who may be misrepresenting the amount of cash in Camp Genoa. Also, Gordon hits rock bottom before resolving to turn his life around. The third episode is called A Fixer of Sorts, and the plot says Lucas's secret is threatened when he's arrested by FBI Special Agent Robert Phyllis, but both men end up at the mercy of Raymond Brantley, a mob kingpin with a deadly mobile agenda. Against Shane's orders, Tommy Littlestone spearheads a second strike against Proctor at a local gentleman's club. A revenge-minded Nola Longshadow mixes it up with Burton at Proctor's mansion. And the fourth episode is called Real Life is the Nightmare. Shaban is torn between exposing Lucas and keeping his secret. Brock seethes upon learning that his ex Emily is working as a caregiver for Proctor's mother. Rebecca impresses Burton, but inflames Chayton. Job and Sugar mop up critical surveillance, while Carrie takes off on a thrill ride after walking out on her job. And Gordon changes his mind about Proctor's plea bargain, and Shane readies his army for an assault. Here are some character teasers about the direction each of them are headed into the new season. First, Lucas finds himself at a crossroads and settling into a sheriff's role. Sugar gets back into the game in a big way. We'll learn a lot about Job and his history with Lucas. Carrie is fighting off and at times losing the battle of becoming Anna again. Gordon is trying to define himself as father to Dava and mayor of Banshee. Dava is finding out being a criminal might be in her blood. Kai has the most complex emotional path. Rebecca is coming into her own and learning the business. Burton and Nola face off against each other and have the best fight of the series. Shaban is the heart of the show. Brock becomes a major player. And finally, Chayton is an epic force and returns to Banshee bigger and meaner. Here are some teasers about what to expect from the third season that director Greg Yaitanes talked about in his interview. We drop in full throttle and see justice served Banshee style. You'll be surprised where everyone is a month after the events of the finale. Chayton's return to Banshee will put the Kanaho reservation into the foreground of the story. We'll get a sense of culture and dynamic of the reservation. I directed episode 7, which has a 20-minute sequence unlike anything done on TV before. The women will be giving better than they get on the action front. All of them have big fight sequences this season, and Shaban's could be one of my favorites. One word, machete. In the event of season 4 pickup by Cinemax, We know what we want the story to be. I feel this will be a 5-season show. So remember, the third season starts on January 9th on Cinemax at 10 p.m. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited to see in the new season.